How do you feel about the lower garage when you're in it?
Good. It smells like it always smells. It's a nice view. It's always these two lights. I feel good.
What do you feel when you think about the lower garage?
It reminds me of my grandparents' red barn in East St. Paul. Their storage facility for the tractor and their trailer and tools.
On a scale of -5 to +5, how positively do you feel about the lower garage?
3.
3. Why do you feel positively about it?
As I said previously, it reminds me of my grandparents' barn.
Sometimes when I come down here, I feel a little bit of anxiousness because it's kind of chaotic inside. It's like a tornado went off in there. It makes me anxious every time I open the door.
How do you feel when you think about the lower garage?
I feel sad because it's a mess. I'm fine with it being used for storage, but I don't think it's effective now because we don't even know what's being stored in there.
I don't have a lot of feelings about the lower garage. I literally don't care about the lower garage.
I've built skateboards in here, little tables in here, painting projects, countless little woodworking things though. Drilling, cutting, sanding. Me and Charlie DeClaire would come down here and make longboards. Oh, I used to screen print in here too.
Like early Flavor World.
Yeah, this is where the first Flavor World shirt was printed. It was right on this table.
Let's take a look inside and see what you think we can get rid of.
I'm nervous about that. You know how long I've been wanting to clean out this garage, Paul? For like 15 years.
Are there any objects in there that intrigue you?
Got a ghetto blaster back there.
A what?
That thing. The boombox.
Oh, okay, boombox. Yeah.
Here we've got a radio that belonged to Grandma Mary. We've got a little BB gun here. We take out squirrels. This is just... Well, it's just a mishmash. It's self-explanatory, Paul. Let's look at all this stuff. Electric. Need anything? This is a doorbell. I should hook that up sometime. Ours doesn't work in the house. Why is it down here? Oh, look, back here we have a fly fishing rod. A tackle box. This was my grandma's. My dad actually got one of these stuck in his ear one time. Up here we have traps. We use this sometimes. You get a little squirrel stuck in the attic.
How many animals do you think you've caught with this trap?
Too many to count.
What do you do with them once?
That's another video. Here, this old scale.
Mm-hmm.
What
well, I think my grandmother was weighed on this when she was a baby.
Because that's how babies were weighed back then. Mm-hmm. A washboard.
You bring out the washboard.
Tin
kettle. We could have used that for our movie.
Look at these old railroad lanterns. This garage is kind of hazardous because once in a while you actually have to climb up on something. Get way up here and I could fall and I could die down here and nobody would know I'm down here. Look at all these bikes.
Yeah.
Look at all those bikes.
Yeah.
We probably don't need 4 bikes.
This bike is mine.
Got my mom's bike, my old height marker stick. The Fairlane used to be here, but then Dad got rid of it for whatever reasons, which I don't really agree with.
So at one time, I actually had a car down here. This whole section was a Fairlane. Golf clubs.
We're going to use those. Drew and I are going golfing.
Well, I think there's another bag of them over there in the corner.
The golf balls.
See, look, there's another set back there.
So whoever thought it was 2 is right.
I think that was me.
That was you?
Yeah. This one's empty. Empty. Look at
that.
Pine cone.
Maybe it's supposed to go on that wreath.
There we go. Oh, need a hard hat? We got hard hats. This is from an old dark room that I had. Chicken feed, battery charger, planters, welding sets, fishing rods, a wet saw. Look at all these chairs. We have a lot of extra lumber in here.
Like, what is this? What is this?
How much scrap lumber does a man need? How many lawn rakes does a man need? How many mowers does one man need? Well, how much chicken wire does a man need? I've got plenty.
I realize I'm part of the problem. Some of this crap is mine.
Somebody actually bought a bunch of these gourds to make musical instruments. It's some kind of an African instrument that they put strings on it. Okay, we done. This is like so stressful.
Do you have what? Do you have any? Do you have what? Do you have any? Do you have what? Do you have any memories inside the lower garage?
I had to camp out to the east of it once, I think, because the inside of the house is full. and the King and I sign was out there.
That's from a restaurant downtown Minneapolis. And when the Target headquarters was being built, there was a building where some of the businesses in the building had to move. The city made them move. And the restaurant, the King and I, the owner, he moved to a new location, and either he was mad he had to move and didn't want the sign, or he couldn't use the sign in the new place. So he just abandoned this perfectly good neon sign. So of course, Dad brought it home.
Why did you buy the original John Deere lawnmower?
Such an abrupt cut. The lawnmower we had when Dad died was a lawnmower that only he knew how to operate. It worked fine, but it was kind of jerry-rigged by him.
We got this John Deere F725, and then we have the old one, the L120, but I need to get rid of it.
For
I'm going to
what?
sell it on Craigslist.
How much do you think you can get for it?
500, 750.
I don't know what year it was built. It was before 2000, because that winter Kate had a birthday party and we had a petting zoo in the garage.
Did animals poop in the...
Yes, they pooped in the garage. There were children in the garage, animal poop, hay bales.
I had my birthday party there when I was young, but I don't remember it.
For one of my birthdays, it was a surprise party. Mom had everyone hiding in this garage. Uncle Paul was distracting us. Meanwhile, all my friends were getting dropped off. Uncle Paul was like, "Hey, why don't you go show me that dirt bike?" I'm like, okay. We all came down here, but I had like a project going on in the back of the backyard. I read it in like a survival book where if you dig a hole and then put like plastic wrap, it'll evaporate and condensate and you can have drinking water. I immediately go to check on my little project and meanwhile they're all like, "We didn't expect this." And they just kind of stood by the garage door as I walked all the way over there. I was like, why aren't they opening the garage door? So I knew something was up, but I was definitely surprised.
Who built it?
Dad built it primarily.
With his own bare hands?
He used tools. Dad built it along with Uncle Paul helped, as did Dad's friend and boss, Bob Kutchell. Dad and Bob did all the framing because they both thought each other was the best framer they had ever seen. And then when Bob built his garage, then Dad went and helped him.
My dad dismantled a bowling alley, right? And this is a bowling lane?
This is yes, correct. It's a bowling lane. That's an oil bucket. Knobs, because you never know when you're going to play croquet. I believe this is used for ice. You'd hook it on ice and then you'd pull it out. Or maybe hay bale. Something. Let's just see what's in this box. Oh, great. Carol Channing. What is she doing here? Look at, and this. Come on. Just when you think you got rid of her, she's back. Why do I have a dead plant in the garage? This box actually had some, behind you there, some extra zucchini. Above us, we have a canoe.
What's your opinion on the canoe?
The canoe has a sentimental spot in many people's hearts. As long as you and Drew and Kate can agree what to do with it, anything's fine with me.
What's your undiplomatic opinion on the canoe?
I don't think anyone's used it in years, so why do we still have it?
The canoe drama. Yeah, so the canoe, I believe it was our father's. It's been here the whole time. It hasn't moved much the whole time. The controversy is that Kate wants to donate it to Wilderness Canoe Base so that I can see another life. And the other side of that is that I don't want to get rid of it because I really like owning things, especially symbolic things. So my stance is keep it.
I used to care a lot about the canoe, like during COVID, because I worked at a camp and they needed canoes and the canoe was just sitting in there and no one has used it in like 2 decades pretty much, but I don't really care anymore, to be honest. I just kind of lost and I just decided not to care anymore.
But it's a perfectly good canoe.
5 items that you can keep.
The canoe, the drill press, that uncut skateboard deck that we've been holding on to for a bunch of years, the knee hockey nets, Probably that router. I had no idea we had this. Screen printed flavor right there. Oh, I swear I did some graffiti somewhere. Oh, there it is. Get that, there it is. Yeah, there it is. Maybe shouldn't have said anything.
Is that like a torture device or something? My sentiment toward the garage is similar to my brother's. It's like a time capsule where objects, smells, and memories are preserved from my childhood, with some objects going back before 2003 while my dad was still alive. I've built a travel guitar, a mini bar, a weightlifting rack, and a comedy stage in there. It reminds me of summer days growing up. It didn't occur to me that the mess was a source of stress for some people until I did this documentary. To me, it's a box full of interesting objects, each with its own story.
I would just reiterate that I really don't care about the lower garage. I pretty much never go down there, don't have any need to go down there, but I'm glad it's there.
Why are you glad it's there?
So, I don't know.
Purging things is good. If you have an old family barn or garage that is used for storage, clean it out periodically for a spring or winter cleaning and get rid of the duplicate objects that are there, because you really don't need 4 kinds of the same shovel.
Look at all these shovels.
Why have you spent so much time in here?
Because this is a wonderful place. I love this garage door. Here goes nothing.
Sign off.
This is Drew signing off.
Thank you.